Guys, one of the most exciting new developments is the emergence of Trump's new platform, Truth Social. And I'm more than delighted to welcome to the podcast Devin Nunes, longtime congressman from California, winner of the Presidential Medal of Freedom 2020, and now the CEO of Trump's media and technology group, and the guy who's sort of the spearheader of Truth Social. Devin, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for joining me. This is, I gotta say, thrilling. It's wonderful to see this platform emerging. I'm delighted to be part of the beta testing for it. It's a beautiful platform. It's fun to be on. What I also like is that it's kind of a self-evident platform. It doesn't require tutorials or a handbook. You go on there, you play around with it, boom, you're going. And so congratulations on how wonderfully this has been constructed. But talk a little bit about the rollout of Truth Social, because some people seem to be confused about it, and the media is putting out, I think, some false reports about it.
Well, Dinesh, surprise, surprise, I think we know what the fake news does. And what people are really going to notice and what you see on the platform is that people are so excited, they're so inspired to be back on social media again. And I really feel that this is only the beginning. People are going to realize how bad they were being treated on these other platforms. So, you know, what we did is we opened this thing up, now almost, what has it been? Probably like 11 or 12 days. We've been open. We've been bringing people on the platform. A couple days ago, we started bringing on people who had pre-ordered the app from the Apple App Store. And our goal here is to try to get all those people on in the next week or so that have pre-ordered and continue to pre-order, get them all onto the platform. Because as you and your audience know, we had to build this from the ground up to ensure that we can't be canceled by one of the tech tyrants. So it's going to be a slow process as we build out. And just so folks know, because we're getting a lot of questions on this, and that is about, when will we be able to get it on Android? Well, the next product we're going to come out with, or the next capability is going to be a progressive web application. So that you get it on your desktop, then you will be able to put a wraparound, so to speak, on your Android. Once we get that, so think of it as we're doing Apple iOS first, then we're doing the web application second, and then we will see if Google wants to work with us and they want to let us on the Google Play Store. We would like to be there just because so many people do have Android phones. But regardless whether or not they let us on the Play Store or not, you will be able to get the web application, bookmark it, and put it on your phone. So we're getting that question a lot. But that's essentially kind of the plan here. And our goal is what President Trump and I have both been clear on, is we want to be fully operational by the end of March, so that basically anybody can sign up at any time, get a handle, and get on the platform. That's our goal. That's what we're working to. And at this point, everything looks good, but we don't know what we don't know yet, right? We just every minute we're bringing on more and more people.
Who came up with the idea of the name Truth Social? Was that something that you devised, or was it something that they had come up with before you came on board? It's kind of a clever name, and it speaks not just against censorship, because censorship is preventing you from saying what you want to say, but it's also a way of saying that truth itself emerges from open debate. So I think it's an ingenious name. Just curious, did Trump come up with this, or who did?
You know what? It's a very good question. You're going to break news on this on your program here today. I haven't been asked that question yet, but in fact, it was Donald J. Trump that came up with the name Truth.
Wow, That's fascinating.
And and I liked it from the very first time I saw it. I think people enjoy it, right? I mean, everybody's got great ideas. There's all sorts of names we could have went with, but Truth really works. I believe. I like it a lot.
I mean, I think truth is the goal, right, of all this inquiry. It's finding ways to get at the truth through discussion and through debate. Now, you mentioned something a moment ago, Devin. You mentioned fortifying the platform against potential attacks. I think you know that there are going to be hackers who try to disrupt it, people who try to cause trouble. Do you feel pretty confident with the way that you're going forward, that you're able to build the defenses and fortifications and sort of self-reliance that makes it difficult for someone to disrupt you or take you down?
Yeah. So look, every minute of every day, we're getting attacked. We're trying to isolate those attacks and minimize them. We know this is just going to continue. It's going to be this is going to be a battle from now to the end of time, right? Just trying to protect this platform, and that's why we're taking a very kind of staged approach as we bring more and more people on the platform. So, and quite frankly, what's happened over the last 24 hours, I mean, we've been overwhelmed, right? We're number one overall in the App Store, and the people just keep coming. I mean, it's really, and you've been on there, Dinesh. What's really inspiring to me, I mean, it's really something to see people who are posting on there, and they're legit because they're using their own name, they got a picture of themselves, and they're saying, "Oh my God, I was kicked off Twitter 3 years ago. I just quit Facebook yesterday because now I'm on this platform and I can't believe how fun it is." And people are moved by, I mean, it's moving for me. And I know it's moving for you. And I know you've seen a lot of those comments too. And, it's something that I didn't expect, right? I knew watching, my experience through being on both Parler and Rumble, I knew that, how the big tech companies were shadow banning us and all those sorts of things. But I never thought about that person that lost their voice, right? And we're giving them their voice back. And now we've opened up the communications architecture across the internet so that people can get to the truth. I think you said it perfectly.
I mean, I think for me, interestingly, I mean, I've been restricted on Facebook, restricted on YouTube. I've never been banned outright, but I've had all these strikes against me. And the effect of it is, well, it's almost to make you develop a sort of abused spouse mentality. In other words, you feel like there's a sword of Damocles hanging over your head all the time. And you're absolutely right. You move to a platform where you can sort of be yourself. It's an unbelievably liberating feeling. And I think long term, it seems hard for me to believe that censorship platforms are going to be able to outcompete free platforms. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, look, the censorship platforms, I like that term, or the tyrannical tyrant platforms. I mean, look, this is the people that have joined Truth, Dinesh. They're never going back. As long as we're going to have, you see the quality on the platform. We're going to continue to get better. There's a lot of things that people want, and the reason they're not going to go back is because, you've seen my hashtag on there. Instead of America First, we're saying customer first. Like, we value the people that are on our platform, right? Imagine, this is not rocket science, okay? You don't have to be, I probably learned this in one of my first business classes, right? That customers come first. Any book you read, you should treat customers first. So the tech tyrants don't believe in that. I mean, they've been printing gold bars. They don't care about the customers. So I am convinced that everybody that comes over to this platform, they're never going to go back to those other social media platforms as long as we can provide quality and continue to improve the product. I think the next, obviously, a thing that people really want, you've seen this, the option to quote truth. That's something that's in the pipeline. It's going to be a while, but people understand that. And then the next stage, that we really want to get is we want to have groups, right? Groups where you can put pictures, videos, family groups, that sort of thing. So that indeed, if you have all of this data that you've had for 10 or 15 years or whatever on the other tech tyrant platforms, you should be able to bring that data. We want to make it so you can bring all that data, insert it into your Truth account so that you don't lose those great family memories that you have.
Well, that's awesome.
But that's going to be a ways off. But in the meantime, we're focusing on bringing people on as quickly as possible that have ordered the app, keyword, ordered the app. And then we'll roll out the web application here in the coming weeks.
Devin, let's take a pause. When we come back, let's talk more about the features on the platform and what you are doing in this very new and different type of job.